All right, if you hear any typing in the background, I'm busy typing up some stuff. Got to do some work while I'm recording, so that's why I don't release a lot because I'm busy. But I wanted to talk about this. I made a video about the automation of jobs before, um, and it's really starting to ramp up now. You're starting to hear Amazon is just coming out now and it's basically saying we're going to automate. Everything's going to now be automated. We're reducing our workforce by what 50 or 75% or something like that, and they're going to start bringing in these AI controlled robots. And you've had some employees, like I think there was a janitor at one location who was able to get video of the robots. There was another guy who operated a truck. I guess the robots were the ones that loaded the products onto the truck for him.
Look at all these robots at my job. So many of them. All these robots in here. I'm sick of it too because it makes our job way harder. Look at all these. See?
You got a good job, you gotta hold on to it. But the LGV Tech, they taking over. Automated robot. They load my truck for me. I don't need nobody. Now I can multitask. CDL, bump them docks, and activate these load for these robots, man. But I'm learning something. ASAP. Look at this one. They gonna scan my whole truck in right now. Make no sense. You don't even need nobody to scan it at all. Look at him. My nigga said, excuse me. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, that's a wrap. He looking in now. See what he gonna do. Bet, we good, we clean, we out. Now you finna start loading. Crazy work, ain't it?
Hey y'all, so I am at Amazon's most advanced fulfillment center in the world. And basically that's a place where all the packages that you and I buy, they come from here before they get sent out into the world. The reason though, why it is so advanced is robotics and automation. I want you to meet Proteus. All right, that's this little guy right here. You see his eyes? So Proteus is able to take packages and sort of these carts that you see right here, it can transfer it all over the facility so the humans don't have to carry all of that weight. And Proteus is actually quite fast. We're gonna follow him for a little bit. Woo. All right, here's the really cool thing. Proteus knows if I'm in front of him. See, he avoided me. Pretty cool.
I've made videos about this in the back. It's funny and it's scary at the same time. Because you have these companies, it's this really disgusting greed that I can't fathom. I really can't. It's not as if these people are like, look, we started up a company, and we've worked very hard to build the company from nothing, and as a result of that, we've kind of bankrupted ourselves building up this company, and we got to see some kind of return, and they're desperate, and so they decide, we're going to automate so that we can recoup our funds and make some more money. These people are already, not rich, they're wealthy. The people making these decisions are already wealthy. They have more money than they will ever be able to spend. Maybe they'll be able to spend it, but more money than they'll need for the rest of their lives. Yet these decisions are like, well, we got to make even more money. The greed is so, it's so disgusting. I can't even wrap my head around how to describe it. And I've talked about that in the past, and I'm not really going to jump on the people making the decisions anymore. I'm not going to really jump on them or even talk about them as much anymore because, they're not the real problem, in all honesty. They aren't the real problem. These people can do all this stuff. They can automate. They're doing that because they're gambling on the fact that the average worker, the regular citizens, the masses, that will continue to pump money into their company. And the reason that they're making that gamble, because it's a stupid gamble, because you're making this decision, you're taking away people's ability to make the money needed to it's so funny. You're taking away the people's ability to make the money that they would need in order to help you get more money. In order for you to be wealthier, the people have to supply you with money. That's how you get the money. You have a product, you assign a cost to it, and then you sell it to the people, and the people give you over their wealth and their money for access to that product. That's how you make your money. But if the people don't have fucking money to buy the products, then they can't give you money. So it's comical that they would take this gamble. But the reason that they're taking this gamble, again, I'm not going to go over the greed of the wealthy anymore, right? At least in this video. The reason that they take such an insane gamble is because they know they pay attention to patterns, they pay attention to history, and they pay attention to the way people operate. And it's the stupid masses who keep funneling their wealth over to these people after they do some shit like this. So they know, look, this isn't going to be a long-term thing. If we do this and it starts a trend, what's going to happen is other companies are going to jump on board. It's going to collapse the economy because people aren't going to have money. But if we're the first ones to really kick it off, we'll get some insanely large short-term returns. Then we can take that money and we can retire. So they know that it'll collapse everything. They already know that, but they're going to do it anyway because they're banking on the stupid masses going along with it and then pumping their money in. All they need is for the masses to do this for like a year. You know how much money these people will bank if the masses keep pumping money in and they don't have to use the profits to pay employees, or they don't have to use most of the profits to pay employees? You know how much money these guys will generate? That's what they're banking on. They're banking on you guys just doing the same thing that you've been doing. So I'm not going to talk about them anymore because now you got to start talking about the masses. At this point, the wealthy are doing all these horrible things. But at this point, you got to talk about the other part of the problem. And the other part of the problem is the stupid people in the world who just ignore this stuff and blindly go along with it because they don't want to stop having what they think is fun, which is going out and spending money. So you got to start talking about them. If not for the masses, these wealthy people would not be able to be able to do like 90% of the horrible shit that they do. If not for your fucking participation, they wouldn't be able to do most of this stuff. But you stupid fuckers keep participating and keep shopping with them and giving them your fucking money. Stupid fucks. That's the problem. You're the problem at this point. If you stop giving them the money, then they'll stop doing the stuff because they're only doing it for money. If you stop giving them that, then they'll stop doing this shit. They'll have no reason to. But you idiots keep shopping. So watch. They're automating all these jobs, putting all of your neighbors, your family members out of work so that these people can't take care of themselves. And you're going to see the masses will keep shopping at fucking Amazon. Normally, a sane group of people would say, well, if you as a company are not pumping something back into the economy, if you're doing everything you can to extract all the wealth, the time, the work power, the manpower, and everything out, and you're giving nothing back, well, then we're not going to shop with you. That's normally a sane group of people would say, well, if you're working to destabilize and destroy our economy, our country, and our people, Well, then you got to get the fuck out. We're not going to, why would we do business with you? That would make us insane. But apparently the people are insane because they're not able to comprehend what needs to be done. All they do is go online and complain and cry. They complain and cry and then go and they complain about this group of people, like I say in all my videos. They complain about the wealthy and the stuff that they're doing, and then they turn right around and go give power over to the wealthy people. The wealthy people could continue doing the stuff that they're doing. That's insanity. And that's why this stuff is happening over and over and over again. That's why these people are doing, Donald Trump is literally just robbing people of their money. They had these Doge cut things where they decided, well, there's all this fraud going on in the government, so we're going to cut these programs and stop the fraud. But nobody was punished. No one was punished. There was no money recouped and given back to the citizens. No, the money's just gone. So you did all this investigation and all this stuff for what? What was the reason for it? Nothing happened. So they stopped all those quote-unquote fraudulent acts to stop our money being filtered and siphoned away by these criminals who call themselves politicians and lawmakers. And then they just go and use the money for the shit that they want to do. So now we're going to give money to, Argentina. We're going to build ballrooms. We're going to give the money to Israel. We're just going to use the money for shit that helps us. And you dumb fucks going to sit back and watch us do it. Because you're dumb fucks and all you do is sit back and watch us do it. It's time to start addressing the real problem at this point. If there's somebody constantly coming into your, or looking to rob you, and they want to steal stuff out of your house, and a member of the household is constantly unlocking the fucking door for them at night and letting them in so that they could steal, and you can't stop the criminal yourself, what would you do? You would attack the person who's letting them in the fucking house. And the masses, you guys are opening the fucking door to all these wealthy criminals. You're allowing them in the house to hurt the rest of us and to rob us. Because you give them the power by working for these people blindly, by taking the money that they give you and then just giving it right back to them, making them even wealthier. That's opening the door to them to let them in and say, come in and whatever you like. We got some silverware in there. We got some expensive albums and electronics over in that room in there. We have a safe. Here, you want the key to the safe too? Go open the safe. There's some expensive weapons in there and some money, passports and things. There's lots of stuff in here. Oh, you can go in the basement. And this guy, he stores these very expensive instruments and guitars and stuff. Yeah, it's right down there. Here's a blueprint to the house. That's what you all are doing when you just I can't even talk anymore. This stuff is going to keep happening. What's going to happen, the trajectory that we're on right now, is these wealthy people are going to bleed this country dry until there is nothing left. And then they're going to leave. And they're going to go to places that they have refurbished for themselves, like Maui, Argentina, Israel. They're going to just move to those places with all the money that you helped them generate. Then they're going to live over there in peace and comfort, and you're going to sit here in this rotting hole. There'll be no jobs, so that means there's going to be a lot of criminals because people don't just drop dead when they can't afford to buy food for their children. No, they're going to go out and take. They're going to take from whoever they have to. So there's going to be criminals rolling around. There's going to be a lot more drug use because people aren't going to know what to do. They're going to be depressed. They're going to be lost. You're going to have a lot of drug addicts. There's going to be homelessness. It's just going to be chaos. And then after that happens, give it a decade or so, and this place will resemble a third world country. because most of the infrastructure is collapsed because the people that were in charge of the infrastructure, after they finished demolishing and destroying it and eroding it, they left. They just left. So I'm tired of talking about the wealthy are this and the wealthy are bad and the wealthy need to be stopped. Of course, that's obviously the case. But now I got to start talking about the rest of the fucking people who are letting these wealthy criminals into the house to steal and rob and commit these crimes, and who are looking the other way while these people commit these crimes. If Amazon is going to work to help bankrupt cities and states by taking away jobs that people thought that they would have, so people bought houses. People bought cars, they enrolled their kids in schools, they set themselves up to live and operate based on the promise that you're going to come in this city, I'm going to work for you, in exchange for my time and labor, you'll give me cash, and I'll be able to pay off this house that I went into debt for, this car that I went into debt for, all the products that I had to buy to establish a household, all this stuff that I went into debt for. That cash that you're giving me, that you've promised, I'm going to use that in order to pay for all that stuff that keeps the economy going. Amazon was like, no, we're going to renege. All these jobs are taken, which means all the money that you were banking on receiving by working for me, that's all gone now. Good luck. That we've worked to make sure that other factories are gone. There's no job opportunities because we've worked to make sure that those businesses were crushed and destroyed, so there are no businesses. A lot of the other infrastructure and work we've moved to other countries because we can pay those people pennies on the dollar. So now there's nothing left, and now we're going to take the jobs away. If they decide to do that, you're supposed to say, well then, you can go fuck yourself and go find a way to make money somewhere else. But no, the people are going to keep shopping. Amazon deal, Prime Days, or whatever they call all this stuff, people are going to jump on board. Oh, Amazon's having a sale. Let me go buy some stuff from the Amazons and make them richer and transfer my money over to them. And then when you do that stupid shit, the other wealthy people watch it happen. And guess what? They say, oh, here's a good opportunity to make money. Because guess what? Amazon did it, and they made bank. So we're going to do the same thing. And it starts a domino effect. And it destroys the country. And that's what's happening. You're watching it happen. The existing generations, the baby boomers, Generation X, the millennials, and whatever came after that, they're not the main culprit. It's been happening for a long time. Just different generations have just been going along. And going along with this stupid game and letting these wealthy people run roughshod over us and do whatever they want. Normally, stuff like this happens. The masses get together with actual pitchforks and they go to the house and say, guess what? Get your shit and get the fuck out. You destroyed our economy. Why did you do that? We welcomed you in so we could work together to build the economy. You purposely are sabotaging us for your own financial gain. Get out or get killed. That's normally what would happen. But nobody knows. No, people are just instead of doing stuff like that, people go out and they go to concerts and schools and grocery stores and churches and they attack people there that are just living. It's like, dude. It's a backwards world. I guess, I'm frustrated because I'm living it. As somebody that likes history, I already know that this is just kind of how it goes. The masses tend to be gullible sheep, and they tend to just go along with whatever is handed to them, as long as they can feed and defecate and have intercourse. And they just kind of go along with it until it runs out and there's nothing left. And then they're like, hey, we need help. That tends to be how it normally is. The reason I'm a little more frustrated is now, and this normally when that happens with humanity, normally the people don't know. They're not in on it. Normally the king or the emperor or the leader of that group, normally they're doing that stuff in secret. They don't really tell people what's going on. The king and the vassals and the lords and all the people that are in on it, they keep that stuff to themselves, and the masses tend to find out at the last minute that, oh, this person was just a corrupt animal, and they've set it up so that they can make money, and that we're going to be the ones harmed as a result. And they find out at the last minute. Here in this day and age, no, everybody knows. We all know who the problem is, what the problem is, and how to stop the problem. Everybody knows at this point. Everyone knows. And the reason I know that is because I see now people online making videos like the videos that I normally make about not shopping. That's what I'm starting to see that more. So everybody knows what to do. They just don't want to do it. Because I don't want to stop buying things. It's fun to shop. I work very hard, and I just want to spend my money. You know what? If there was a little bit of pain and you stopped shopping now and you pulled your money and you worked to correct this system, guess what? You wouldn't have to work as hard anymore. Things would become a lot easier, but no, it's just I don't want to change anything that's going on now. I just want to keep doing the stuff that I'm doing. I want to live the way I want to live. So, if people are upset about this Amazon thing, Amazon needs to go out of business by the end of next month. If enough people stop buying with Amazon, stop watching their shows, cancel their subscriptions, that's all people got to do. You don't want to help us, the masses. You just want to help yourself? Well, then, unfortunately, we're going to have to do the same thing, and we're going to shut you down. That's what would normally happen, but people aren't doing it. If people don't like this stuff that's happening, do something about it. And if you don't want to do anything about it, well, then shut the fuck up and just take it.